Hey, Dirk here. Happy Monday. So the weekly candle has just closed, and in this video we're going to look at what that tells us on the weekly charts for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I'm going to share my thoughts of what I think could lie ahead for the next week and maybe for the next couple of weeks. Bitcoin is now back above 17,000, and we have to see, is this going to be a fake rally like all the rallies have been for the last couple of months, where it just pumps a little bit and then dumps again to new lows? Or could this actually be the start of a longer term medium bullish trend reversal? So I will share with you my thoughts in this video. By the way, if you enjoy this content, please smash the like button, and if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, do so down below. Click the notification bell so you do get those future alerts. Before we get into the content, a quick announcement. I have teamed up with BYBIT, the crypto exchange, to be able to host a custom trading competition for anyone who signs up through my link. And I will be giving guaranteed $1,500 in prizes to the winners there. There is no cost to sign up, but there are some terms and conditions. So if you want to know how that works, click the first link in the description down below. I've made a little video there to explain how the trading competition works. It runs until the 28th of January, and you are welcome to register and participate up to that point in time. But obviously, the later you register, the less time you have to be able to get results, and that puts you at a disadvantage to other people who have registered earlier. So if you want the details, first link in the description down below. Let's start out by looking at the weekly Bitcoin chart. You can see Bitcoin is now trading above $17,200 once again. So that does seem like it has gone up a little, which it has, of course, but in the big picture, that's why I'm looking at the weekly chart here, you can see there's still very little that has actually happened. If I zoom in over the last several weeks, especially over December, it was so little volatility that was happening here, and you can see we basically spend in this range between 16 and 17,000, 17,500, and we are still very much there. So even though we did get a bit of a pump last night leading into the weekly close, as you can see, if you zoom out, there's still very little that's happening. And the key thing that we need to look at is that we are technically still below a lot of levels before we get a bullish confirmation. So while people get excited about this little pump where we went up $500 or $1,000 in the last 1 or 2 days, we still have not yet got bullish confirmation. And if you know what I'm looking for here, at least the breakdown level over here, you can see horizontally, that is almost 19,000, 18,800. And the interesting thing is now, the signal that I'm looking for is a reclaim of the 3-day 50 moving average. So let me switch to that real quick. And you can see over here, so the blues, the 50 simple moving average, I've changed the time frame to the 3-day chart. You can see that moving average has now come down to actually be at the same level as that horizontal resistance that I mentioned, 18.8. So now we have this overhead resistance. If we can clear that 18.8, if we can get 2 consecutive 3-day closes back above 18.8, I will start to consider the possibility of a trend reversal and potentially a medium-term bullish trend where we're looking at maybe weeks or months to the upside if we can reclaim that. And you will probably know, if you've been following the channel, you can see on this 3-day 50 moving average, we had a fake out over here, but it never got 2 consecutive closes above it. In March last year, it rejected and the downtrend continued. Over here in November, we got the same. This was when CZ tweeted about FTX. We got 1 close above the 3-day 50 moving average, not a second one. It dumped and the downtrend continued. And right now we are still below that 3-day 50 moving average. So before we get super excited and start saying, hey, the bull market is back and we're in a new bullish trend, the bottom is in, that kind of thing, we need to see, in my opinion anyways, a reclaim, 2 consecutive closes, 3-day candles above this 50 moving average, which now at this point would also mean a reclaim of the breakdown level over here that held for support. So if we get that, obviously I'll make a video at that point in time, then personally I will start to turn more bullish, and we could be looking at a multi-week, multi-month rally to the upside if that happens. Until then though, we have to consider the fact that we are still on higher time frames, on 3-day, weekly, monthly, we're still in a bearish trend. Okay, we're making lower highs, we're making lower lows. And so far, every rally, even if it's been a multi-day or multi-week rally, has eventually ended up selling off and ended up making new lows. So we have to assume that until we get the bullish confirmation, that this is exactly the same pattern where we could rally up to as high as 18.8. We could actually go up to that level, touch it, and if it rejects again, like it did over here in November, we can still see new lows on Bitcoin. It is still possible that we still go into 14, 12,000, 10,000 or lower than that territory on Bitcoin. And right now, we just simply have to adopt a flexible stance to it. So that is how I'm approaching it. I want to be cautious. I want to get that confirmation of a bullish trend before starting to flip more bullish. And that is at 18.8K for Bitcoin with 2 consecutive 3-day candle closes above it. Until then, wait and see. Maybe we go to 17.5, 18, even 18.8. If it gets rejected at any point on the way up there without a reclaimed bullish confirmation, there is still possibility for new lows. So be careful and let's see what the next week and next couple of weeks reveals in terms of what the trend wants to do. I also just want to share before we look at the Ethereum chart that in the last week or two, we have seen a crazy amount of euphoria. At least I'm seeing that on my Twitter feed, on social media, where there is insane gambling going back on in these meme coins. We had some coin called Bonk that came out of nowhere that went to 150 million market cap, right? Another dog meme coin. We're seeing other meme coins pump. We're seeing NFT collections starting to pump once again. We're starting to see people push all sorts of shit coins. And Bitcoin has barely even moved. So we've seen that in the past, and this tends to happen for a week or 2 or 3, and then the euphoria disappears and everything sells off again. So I still want to be cautious here that we might be seeing another sort of the scam pump or exit pump where everything pumps a little bit, everyone FOMOs back in, and then the whole market rugs and it drops to new lows once again. So that is still a possibility. Let's wait to see if we get that reclaim before starting to actually turn more bullish based on what the chart is telling us. For now, it is still all at risk, in my opinion. So switching over to the Ethereum chart to have a look here. This is still the 3-day chart, 50 simple moving average in blue, 200 simple moving average in red. And you can see it doesn't work as nicely as on Bitcoin in terms of support and resistance, but it's still pretty good, this 3-day 50 moving average, to help determine trends. And as long as we're below that, the trend is still down. And you can see over here, we had a little fake out in March, rejected, stayed below it, rejected here, rejected here. This was a proper fake out here in October, but it went back below, and we are still below this 3-day 50 moving average. And I really find it very helpful to use this for guidance of, is the trend actually reversing and is it starting to turn bullish, or is it just another rally or squeeze in a bearish trend that is going to end up rolling over and once again selling off to new lows. And in my opinion, still just based on this chart, I do feel like we do still need to see a test of the June lows on Ethereum, which means below $1,000, somewhere between 900 and 700, and potentially even lower than that. You can see that would be this red box over here. So we are still below the 3-day 50 moving average. You can even draw a trend line on here. We're still below this. So I mean, at any point, if this rejects here and sells off, we're still in a bearish trend. Okay, there's still no bullish confirmation yet that I'm seeing. Obviously, I will make a video when I do see that and when I feel like it could change. But for now, it's still in a wait and see moment. And we really have to at least reclaim the 3-day 50 moving average on Ethereum. But again, I want to see it actually reclaim this level. So about 1600, this previous high. If we can get back above there without any sort of bearish divergences or anything like that, we can start to consider a more longer-term bullish scenario on ETH. For now, I still think there's potential of more downside. So let's wait and see what the market brings us. Just changing the chart to weekly on ETH over here, the 200 week moving average, we are still below that. Okay, so we got rejected from that a couple of weeks ago. We touched it, it pulled back down. It seems like we're going for a second move up here. So let's see if we can actually reclaim this now. That's 1375-ish, which is very much also, if you draw a horizontal line here, the 2018 all-time high. You can see. So that's, again, a level of confluence here, the 200 moving average, the horizontal resistance. We are below that. And as long as we're below that, any rejection here up to that point could sell off and lead us down back to retest these June lows or even lower. So let's at minimum get a reclaim and a weekly close back above this level, above 1375, before considering any sort of bullishness. And then we have the 50-week moving average over here at about 1800. So there's still a lot of resistance up ahead, and any move higher, even if it's a little bit higher, doesn't mean much. It could be another scam pump, it could be a short squeeze, it could just be a little bear market rally that ends up rolling over. So please guys, be careful when taking any trades. Obviously manage your risk accordingly, have a strategy, and follow the charts, let the charts guide us. I will continue to update here on the channel as I see things happen. Every week I do a weekly update on Monday, so subscribe to the channel, smash the like button if you do like these updates, leave a comment if you have any questions. I do read all of them personally. And again, if you want to participate in the trading competition, it is free to join, but there are some terms and conditions. First link in the description down below, I explain it all, and that runs until the 28th of this month. You're welcome to register at any point up to the end of the competition, but again, the sooner you register, the more time you have to be able to get results, where you have the potential to compete for the first or second spot, both of which are eligible for that $1,500 prize pool, which is guaranteed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.